Hey, what's up you guys, this is MCLegoboy here with Series 2 of the Microfighters, and we are going to be reviewing these in pairs. So we're going to start with these two, we're going to move on to these two, and then we're going to move on to these two. So now that that is out of the way, on to today's review. Hey, what's up you guys, this is MCLegoboy here with 75074 Snowspeeder and 75075 AT-AT. 97 pieces of Empire Strikes Back awesomeness and 88 pieces of Empire Strikes Back awesomeness. So yeah, clearly we are on Hoth, and nice to get another Rebel guy with a different helmet design, stuff like that, and kind of a new ATSD driver, at least to me. So yeah, and not really looking much at anything else. Together they are actually, no, they're not. They're not the lowest of in part count. Like together, they are not the lowest in part count of the bunch that's actually with the Arc 170 and the Vulture Droid. However, I mean, like 88 pieces, I don't know, that's not necessarily bad. But, I mean, it's like, it's one of those things that's like, come on, you just need like 10 more pieces. It would have been way more worth it, but, you know. Not too big a deal, especially since I got them for a cheaper price on May 4th. I'm trying to think, what happened to my papers? Whatever, doesn't matter. I definitely got these for at least $8.99 instead of $9.99. One of them might have actually been $7.99 as well, so even better. So 10 to 20% off on May the 4th. So that's definitely why I decided to jump on these when I did. So, because a deal is a deal.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
So yeah, and just to show you guys how to open up your boxes without completely mangling them.
We get it! Move on!
I'm going to do this every time, you guys, so you're just going to have to put up with it, because, you know, you never know when people are going to be coming in on videos. But first, make sure all your contents are down at the bottom. And don't punch the hole. Kids, talk to your parents first before you use a knife. And if you are not old enough to be considered responsible when using a knife, ask for your parent to do it for you. But all you're doing is just kind of breaking the glue seal that's on here without cutting through the entire box. It's not very hard to do. And boom. Perfectly safe and fine and dandy. Your box still looks fantastic, because, you know, if you want to keep the box. If not, then, you know, that's your deal. But I like to keep my boxes, and so now I don't have to worry about having a mangled box, except for like how it came. That's just something I have no control over. But there you go. I'm not going to worry about doing that with the second box, but next time, or like the next thing that we see in the video is going to be us just reviewing the sets as they are. So let's get to that. So here we are with the Snowspeeder and AT-AT Microfighters, and this has these two. I mean, they're basically a tie. Either one, you want more pieces, and you want a bunch of different colored pieces, or you want a really good model. Like, this is also a really good model, but I mean, there's also some neat little pieces in here too. So I don't know, like, not necessarily, I mean, there's good snot pieces and stuff. I don't know, I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyway, we're gonna start with the Snowspeeder. So yeah, here we are. And like all times, we're going to start with a minifig. And dude, these Rebel pilots, they just chalk on the detail. This is not really any different from the last Snowspeeder that we got, which for me was in the planet set. It's not any different at all, really, in terms of details and stuff like that. But except for the helmet, that's a different helmet, but still. But yeah, man, like, great looking head design, stuff like that. Double-sided face to where you can have him be freaking out and stuff like that. I am deciding this because, you know, he's a little more confident that he's going to be able to take down the AT-AT. He's almost like Dak, but we all know what happened to Dak.
Right now I feel like I can take on the whole Empire myself.
Don't get cocky. Haha, Star Wars reference. Alright. And this is just where I stored the gun, because, you know, there's clips. So, yeah. Really, like, no complaints about this model at all. I mean, definitely has got some cool features to it, to where, like, the way things are attached and stuff like that. Like, this entire gun section is just, it's great. It's great. And, I mean, like, little flick fire missiles, because you gotta have them, printed piece. I mean, there really isn't anything wrong with the set that I can see, aside from really just kind of being a little wobbly. So, I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, what I would do to fix that, and I guess the only thing really I could do would maybe be, like, the little gutter type plates. One of these pieces. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You just cover the bottom with those pieces and maybe not so much wiggle. I don't know. It's not really a big deal, but, you know, it could be seen as a complaint. And I guess kind of the tan that's right there, it's kind of just randomly there. I know that's just because that's the color that they use for that piece anyway. I don't know why. I guess it's so that it's easier for kids to find or something like that. But dude, we need dark gray versions of the 3-length long axle with the stopper on the end. And then I guess, like, one last little complaint. I mean, it's not a complaint. I mean, really, like, the complaints that I'm bringing on this thing, they're not a big deal. They really aren't. But I would have totally gone with a clip there and one of the grappling hooks, just because that's more interesting than an antenna for your little tow cable. And that's just what has been used a lot in the playset versions, like the bigger versions of these things. So, but yeah, that is the Snowspeeder. Definitely cool. Cool snow.
No.
So many puns, you guys. So many references. But yeah, I mean, just good amounts of pieces and some orange slopes in there and stuff like that. So yeah, a little more diverse in the color palette. So, yeah, definitely good. And then we get to the AT-AT, and this thing is just adorable. It really is. So, but, you know, it can wait just a little bit, because we got to go over the minifigure, and we've got the AT-AT driver. The last time that I got this was in a battle pack. It had a white helmet. I think it was dark gray that was on there. The first time that I got him, I think it was actually like light gray or dark gray with a white helmet and sand blue arms and legs. I mean, it's crazy. But there's detail on this guy just all over the place too. It's very weird how such a tiny set gets so much detail. And why will you not focus, camera? Come on. I know you can do it. Alright, well, you know what? Point is, there's a bunch of detail there, and you can't see it because the camera doesn't want to focus on it. There we go, man. Alright. So right there, take off that. Again, head. This, again, like, with these types of helmets, definitely would have been better to go with the black sleeve type head instead of the head that they've been using for clones and stormtroopers now. Definitely would have been better with the black sleeve, because the way that this helmet design is, it's just not good for, you know, having a fleshy head there. And I must commend the designer. 2 studs there, just right there, done. Sticks on just enough. So yes, good job. And then this is where the clip was for that detail. Head can go up and down. Legs, they can do all kinds of things. So yeah. And I mean, it's just absolutely adorable. This thing, I've seen so many pictures of this thing by, I think, Christy Bricks, maybe, on Flickr. If I remember, there may or may not be a link in the description that links to her page, but she has got so many pictures of this thing just running around in the snow, and with a bigger, with like a set version of the AT-AT, like a $100 version of it or something like that, and doing all these like mother and child type pictures and stuff like that with these things. It's awesome. So yeah, like tons of use out of this thing. And really, I mean, aside from really just the number of pieces you get for the price, which still isn't all that bad, I would still say pick up this model. Like, definitely, I would say that this is a better model of the two. This one comes with more usable pieces, but at the same time, ton of snotwork pieces in here, and just a good number of multiples of the same piece. So yeah, I mean, like, of the two, I mean, they really kind of tie together. So or not, well, I mean, they do tie together. That's hence why I'm reviewing them at the same time. You guys know what I'm talking about. They kind of tie in their kind of pros and cons and stuff like that, and attractiveness as to like what you would want out of a set. So yeah, this has been MCLegoboy with 75074 Snowspeeder and 75075 AT-AT. See you guys.